We have a new DCU Batman candidate. Kelly has a more classical look and, like, you know, not as brooding, of course. And yeah, he definitely has the classic Bruce Wayne look. And you guys want to see something that's really funny too? And this picture like started going around today, and I thought absolutely hilarious. We have a new DCU Batman candidate, kind of new, I should say, when it comes to a fan casting for the DCU Batman. That's right, this guy is just all over the place, and it mainly has to do because of the little miniseries that came out that has to do with JFK Jr. and his bride called Love Story. So initially, when the trailer came out, people were already starting to fan cast this man as Batman already, but it didn't quite take traction until now. The series has come out, new episodes I think come out weekly, and then people like each week are like, oh my god, it's Bruce Wayne! That of course is Paul Anthony Kelly. I like your middle name. It's mine too. And if you don't know who Paul Anthony Kelly is, you're not the only one. Nobody really, I tell you what, when I posted last weekend, yeah, it was last weekend, I finally was like, all right, I'm seeing everybody talk about it, posting clips and whatnot from the mini-series, and people were just going crazy over this guy, and I decided to ask my Twitter. Now, I love the responses I get because, you know, this is, of course, it's Twitter, and, you know, it's a cesspool, and everybody has to, like, just be dicks. They have to be douchebags when it comes to all this stuff, and they're like, I don't even know who that is. Who? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, you know, I just was like a smart ass back. I went like, well, there is this thing called Google, or there's a search bar right there, Twitter, you know, but you wanted it to be known that you don't know who this guy is because the world revolves around you. It's either one or the other. You're either really stupid or you're a narcissist. Pick one, I guess. I don't know. That's just me. I'm like, okay. I guess, yeah, social media, that's where everybody just wants to be dicks. But hey, what can you do? It is Twitter after all. But yeah, if you don't know who he is, yeah, you're not the only one. Nobody really knew until he got cast as JFK Jr., and he definitely looks like JFK. And yeah, he has not been in anything else. Anything. Look at his IMDb. That's it. Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. And then the Veneering of Samantha Bird. One episode, Spencer Duffy. And then previous, something called Body Language, where he was a photo model. Looking at that poster for Body Language, do I see some butt cheeks? I think I do. Here he is right here doing, I guess, like a, I don't know, costume test, whatever. I think this was released a while ago. So he does a side-by-side. Hey, good profile, good chin, good jawline. It's all there. Good hair. It's not bad, Not really too bad at all. I guess you could say he's got a classic look. He definitely has a classic look, which I think was one of the reasons why. I mean, he does have like a little bit of a representation of John F. Kennedy Jr., that's for damn sure. So they did a really good casting when it came to at least that. So let's hear the voice of Mr. Paul Anthony Kelly.
Of all the gin joints.
I'm a sucker for a laminated menu. John, this is my friend Michael.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Huh. I see you got a new bike.
I did, yeah. I reported the last one stolen, but I think the case has gone cold.
I don't know about that. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, it could be a good Bruce Wayne voice, I guess. Now, can he bring it down for a Batman voice, or do they do the modulation thing again? I don't know. I don't know what Gunn and crew plan on doing when it comes to Batman. I mean, I thought that was such a unique thing that they did, which of course was just kind of taken from CW Arrow, because that's what they had too. And it just totally makes sense to, in modern day, that if you're gonna have a Batman, you don't just have him like bring it down and, you know, make it all gravelly and stuff like that. I could actually do that pretty better now, because obviously you guys know I've been fighting some sickness this week. This is why there's been no Film Junkie Lives or anything, because I'm just dying, guys. But yeah, he could probably bring it down a little bit. I'm sure he could do something very, very well when it comes to that. But, you know, I was still just kind of like, I don't know. And then, of course, it's like, okay, well, what does he look like with his shirt off? Look respectfully, guys, okay? Don't. Okay, anyways, I know. I'm a big pervert. Anyways, obviously, this is from Love Story as well, and he's got the JFK build because, you know, John F. Kennedy Jr. was never like, you know, he wasn't a big dude. He was a fit dude. But, yeah, a lot of people were passing around some of the shirtless pictures. And then I also love it, too, when people see like the build and they're like, are you kidding me? Oh, he's too skinny to be Batman. As if he wouldn't work out to be Batman. Why are people so reactionary nowadays? Like they just see one thing and that's the way it's gotta be. You know, what the hell? It's like, how many times have we seen where it's like somebody gets cast and then all of a sudden, you know, they work out for like 6 straight months and they do the other things too. Protein and creatine, that's what I'm talking about, guys. I'm not talking about, the worst kept secret in Hollywood. Obviously, he's got the Bruce Wayne look down. He's got that classic look, and I think it actually could fit in how the DCU how James Gunn has established the DCU having a classic look. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn and crew were looking at this guy, but at the same time, it's like, he hasn't really done anything. When you're gonna just give him Batman, I mean, that would be insane. That would absolutely be insane. And it's funny too, because if you go down his Instagram now, he's got a bunch of more followers. I mean, obviously, it's mainly because of the JFK thing, and I'm sure he's got a lot of female followers that are just like loving how this dude looks. But at the same time, there is a lot of people that are like responding to his posts when it comes to like Batman, just like you should be Batman, Batman, Batman. It's kind of crazy, and everybody's just like Brandon Sklenar. Who? I'm still more on the Brandon Sklenar bandwagon, I will say that. And I did run a poll because I was like, all right, I'm kind of curious of where everybody's at. We're in the YouTube space because obviously, you're on Twitter, and it's so funny too because, oh God, the ignorance, again, for some fans out there, just ignorant fans. Can I just say this? All right? Particularly when it comes to these, again, the world does not revolve around you. Stop being such a fucking narcissist and thinking that what you think is what is and what goes, okay? When it comes to fandom, I mean, we have Snyder fans that keep on saying that, nobody likes the DCU. Everybody likes, everybody wants the like Batfleck and Cavill and everything like that. Everybody wants that, and there's a whole other video that I'll be, talking about certain things when it comes to that. Like everybody wants this. All DC fans want this. Like no, they don't. You want that. You want that. Some other people want that. People want this over here. People want that. People want that. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. And of course, people are running polls. I saw one in particular from somebody who's very notoriously annoying, and then another notoriously annoying person actually like responded to like, yeah, see, nobody wants Sklenar and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, well, let me run my own poll over here on YouTube and see what the results are when it comes to Sklenar and Kelly. Well, Jesus Christ, look at that. 2.3K votes right there. At least right now, things could change. I don't know. But we got Sklenar at 25%, we got Kelly at 9%, and then 37% say neither. I think people are just like, no. And then, of course, 29, I don't care. So it just comes to show you, polls are going to be different in different platforms, all right? One is not the pinnacle one, all right? So shut up. But like I said, I'm still on the Sklenar because I just been on the Sklenar bandwagon for a little bit. He's not like my number one choice. There's like the Bettany guy, Brittany, I don't know, Tom Brittany, right? That guy, I kind of like that, but I'm like, yeah, he looks young though. I don't know. It's just, I mean, to have an unknown is, I think, the way to go, but at the same time, there's going to be a lot of pressure when it comes to this. I think Sklenar has like built up his name. I mean, the Housemaid, that helped a little bit after him being in 1923. I mean, he has built that name. He just has that brawler Batman look. Kelly has a more classical look and not as brooding, of course. And yeah, he definitely has the classic Bruce Wayne look. And you guys want to see something that's really funny too? And this picture started going around today, and I thought, absolutely hilarious. There's Kelly right there, sitting next to Robert Pattinson at some fashion thing in Paris. And it looks like he's in disguise. And I was like, it almost looks like he's just being like Matches Malone right there. He's just sitting next to the current live action Batman, and he's got like a mustache and glasses on. Like he's going like, yeah, I'm trying to get the role, so let me just cozy up to the current Batman right here. I just thought that was funny. So overall, if he does audition and it ends up being a good audition and he can handle it, then he's the right guy for the job. Trust the process. And James Gunn is not, as much as people think that he is not. He is doing the process of finding the best choices for the characters and not just seeing what Twitter is like. Now, I'm not saying that that's not part of it. I'm sure that can be part of it, and seeing who people are talking about, and that maybe could be the deciding deciding like, the answer, like, hey, who should we choose if it's down to this guy or this guy? Well, what are people saying out there? Well, they're saying they're leaning towards more this guy. Well, then choose that guy, because I think that is a part of it. I don't think that it's not a part of it. I think it is a little bit of a part of it. But it's so funny because people are saying that, and all of a sudden we get what's his nuts that just gets cast as Brainiac, and people are like, literally, who? So I guess we'll see. I wouldn't hate it, but I'm still not really quite fully sold because he's only been in a couple things. Like, we're just gonna turn him into Batman. That would be a drastic, like, for him. I mean, he's like 37 too. He's age appropriate. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just like going, all right, that would just be way too much for like somebody who really hasn't done it. Who's really just done modeling and then does this, and all of a sudden, you went from playing JFK to Batman. That'd be quite a drastic little change in life right there. Anyways, I'm kind of wondering how he feels about that, because he's seeing all this, especially on like his Instagram and everything. So kind of curious. But let me know your thoughts about it down below. Do you think he would be a good choice to play the DCU Batman? Let me know. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Love ya. Talk to you later.